What's up, guys? It's Mitch from IGN. I'm sitting here with Josef Faris, game director at Starbreeze Studio on Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. How you doing, Joseph?
I'm good, thank you.
Give me the pitch. What do you got here? We're looking at Chapter 2.
Well, we've showed before Chapter 1, and now we're going to show Chapter 2, which I call a little bit of a game designer chapter, where we can, show a little bit, how the challenges or the puzzles are, and how that works out.
Right on. Let's do it. Let's see what that means.
All right. So in this game, just to remind everybody, it's a single-player experience. You have big brother left stick and little brother right stick.
Big brother being the one in the blue, little brother in the red.
Exactly. Also, of course, you also have the camera with LB and RB. We're playing on the Xbox right now, so you can control the camera back and forth. Sometimes the camera is locked, but most of the time you can control the camera.
Yeah, and a lot of the time it's fairly dynamic, right? Like it'll pull back to give you a sense of scale, just to show you where you need to be, what you need to be doing.
Exactly. And also at the same time, it tried to align to you that you have the right brother on the right side, as you see over here.
Sure, yeah.
But the thing is, like... we don't do it too often, because if we would do it all the time, then it would be, the camera would spin around a lot. That's why we have a camera button as well. So early in the game, you have learned that, and one thing is important to talk about, brother. It's not a game that one kid can, have fire, and the other have ice. It's not about these kinds of abilities. We have these
just normal little dudes.
Yeah, normal little dudes. One of the things is like the little brother can squeeze through, small places, but the big brother can't. You see, he's more like won't be able.
He's too broad.
Yeah, so
he's becoming a man.
Exactly. So here you have to open up for him and come in. And here we have these benches that you can sit down, just to give you a view. If you want to sit down and look, it's totally optional. If you want to see what's ahead of you or where you've been, and so on and so on. And everything is about brother. It's not a button mashing game. It's about holding in and releasing, pretty much. That goes for everything in the game. And what we're going to show you here a little bit more, it's how the puzzles and the challenges are created. So pretty much the idea of Brothers is not to make anything too hard. It's really about the experience. I mean, I've said many times that Brothers is all about, hopefully people will sit in one sitting and play. So we don't want the player to get stuck at any time.
Sure.
So pretty much you will see a challenge or a puzzle, and then you will hopefully solve it quite fast. That's very important for us.
Yeah, it's what I've noticed so far is it's fairly basic problem solving, but not in a way that makes it feel too easy. Yeah. Everything is directly in front of you. You have the answers. It's just a matter of applying the solution.
Exactly. So here's the example of a thing. You see this cogs, and you want to go here, but you can't. So what you have to do is you go up here. So have in mind, it's not the final build we're playing, of course. So. Another thing for Brothers is we're trying to put in this, the twin stick mechanic. For instance, here, like I hold in the button to grab this one, and then I carry this with that. Now you see the camera aligns itself all the time to have the right side, the right brother on the right side. That's possible because they're not too fast, so the camera doesn't spin too much.
Yeah, it's a really subtle guide too, showing you like here's the next path that you need to bring them in.
Exactly.
Giving you a little bit of a leeway to see where you need to be. Like now with this one coming up, you got to like push the little brother into the corner because it's too tight. So it gives you that.
So the puzzle is like to find the right path to get through to solve this one. So let me just continue. And this type of gameplay. I mean, it's quite fun to play like this. But the main idea, brother, is not to reuse everything. So what you see here, you're not going to play this again. So there's a kind of like one time only, brother. So hopefully the player will be curious and want to see more of the game all the time. That's the idea of this game. So I'm just gonna put this one in here, and then I'm ready to go up here. So here you have the balancing is automatic. You can't fall down. That's also something, but because you control two characters, trying to make the control as easy as possible.
Sure.
And many people in the beginning, maybe they feel a bit odd, but you get used to it quite fast as long as you understand to. One easy trick could be like to try to place the big brother, which I'm controlling now, on the left side, and the little brother on the right side. It makes it a lot easier. And also we're trying to help the player by, for instance, if I try to grab this side, you see the little brother would go to that side, the big brother this side. So you actually help the player to place them on the right side as much as we can.
Yeah, it was a bit of a psychological hurdle, and you let me play a little bit earlier, and it's a little bit tough to wrap your head around at first, but it becomes kind of second nature after a little while. You do wrap your head around it. Yeah. Because we've been playing games for however long we've been playing games with one character, and now we're suddenly controlling two at the same time.
Exactly. So here we have another one that we're gonna jump over, and you see here again the pace of this game. And why I call this game this chapter the game design level is because you could have pretty much built the game, with these kind of puzzles pretty much throughout the whole game. But that's not what I want. I want to make a game that, that's more like a fairy tale. That's more like an experience more than an actual puzzle game. So we've showed before, like here, if you try to go with little brother, you see he won't reach. So you have to.
Too tiny.
Yeah, you have to, help him up with the big brother here. You come up and you grab this. So here you have to, and here's another example from designing the puzzle that trying to put the right brother on the right side. So here I auto jump and hold in, and I can grab and then I can go up here. And
I like these little cues you have, just fireflies flying around. It shows you that there is something here to solve, but without blatantly saying, like, here's the solution, dummy.
Exactly. And also there are some small things, like if I stand here and push, you see that little brother's trying to reach, but he can't. So you have these small details everywhere.
Sure. You can't just pull the right trigger to have the solution appear. You do have to put a little bit of action into it.
Exactly. So you see the trolls are working. One thing about saying about the story, this is not a game that you will get all your answers. If you're a person who wants answers of everything in the story, then this won't make you happy because it will throw a lot of things at you.
It's good that you're so forward about it.
No, but I'm just saying that it's not going to give you all the answers. It's just going to present to you stuff. It's pretty much up to you. Here you can play around with the water a little bit. We have a lot of interaction in the game, especially in the beginning of the game. Hopefully been talking about that's the way the player will understand the brothers when they react to stuff. So that's why we have it more in the beginning to create the personality they are. So hopefully the player will interact with different stuff. So
yeah, there's a lot of stuff I'm noticing as I play. Just there's little things around, like a bench. You can interact with that and get a view if you want to. You can mess around with the fish in the water. But you don't have to. It's not like it's essential. No. It doesn't add big story things. It's not like a choice mechanic. It's just there if you want to
It's really. The story is basically about two brothers, in a search of a cure to save their father. That's pretty much it. And of course there are other things as well. A special relationship with the brother and little brother, big brother. So here we have the. Let me show you here.
He almost made it.
Yeah, almost. Let's take this brother. And that's funny because when we have people play this game, when they play this game, when they play Chapter 1, it's a kind of like a calmer level, and then when they come to this, and okay, this is the kind of game, and then you come to Chapter 3, you go like, okay, what's going to happen here? So it's pretty much hard to predict what's going on, pretty much like a storybook or a fairy tale. You won't be able to know what's going to happen. That's what I like a lot. It's important to keep the player curious all the time.
Yeah, this is really the first time the boys encounter any kind of trouble or problems. Like the first chapter is a little bit with the troll, but here is the first time we're seeing like, oh wow, there are things here that are dangerous.
Yeah. So here's some example. And once again, you see that we're placing the right brother on the right side, and that is possible because now we can control the camera in a smooth way. It's been a huge amount of work on this camera work, but feel quite happy now how we, I'm going to show you a little bit more here, and then we're going to jump to another. So I have to keep, little brother in.
There's a good flow to this because one of them is always moving, right? Even if, like, all you're doing right now with the big brother is holding left trigger to keep him safe from falling.
Exactly.
But meanwhile, you have the little one doing something else on his own.
So let me just finish this, and we can go to here. We have to help the little brother up to the other side. Okay, should we look a little bit of the next chapter?
Yeah, let's take a look at Chapter 3. Joseph, thank you for stopping by. We'll have a lot more on Brothers here on IGN in the future.
Cool, man.